What's different about season 5, and what are you most looking forward to?
Season 5, which is crazy to say that it's season 5. I think different this year. We've really gotten to know these characters, and I think the fans on the series have really gotten to know these characters. So now I think we're going to see the characters have fun again a little bit. You know, there's been so much life and death, but there's kind of a lighter energy. Even though it's still heavy, it's still a very weighted series, and there's a lot of drama. But I think tonally, it's just a little bit lighter. It's more fun this year.
Okay. Speaking of knowing these characters for 4 seasons, going on a 5th. Caroline especially has been through a transformation from the first season as an insecure girl in high school to now as a confident vampire. How has that been playing her, and how has that transformation been for you?
Playing a character that has an opportunity of having a very organic transition, as to start off very insecure and kind of, you know, a disliked character. I mean, she was thought of as, you know, she's the queen bee, and she was very sassy. She wasn't the nicest, she was very selfish, and you really got to see Caroline evolve into a young woman and, you know, take accountability for her actions and take responsibility for her thoughts and her feelings and her fears and her wants and her needs. And I mean, you really got to see this character grow up, and I've absolutely enjoyed every minute of playing her. I think she's an absolute blast. From the moments where she's really just trying to do the right thing, and then she just sticks her foot right in her mouth. I really adore the character.
Can we expect Caroline to have a new or returning love interest this season?
Caroline and Elena go to college. There are members of the opposite sex at college, so there will be males. Attractive ones, because it is the CW after all. So yeah, there will be some new fellas, but can't say as to if there's going to be any real romantic interest quite yet.
Do you think you'll make any appearances on the originals?
You never know. I would love to make an appearance on the originals. I'm really excited just hearing all the snippets and tidbits that I've been hearing. Being here in Atlanta and knowing the other actors over there. So I'm really excited to be a viewer of the show, and I love when Caroline and Klaus have scenes together as well, so I think it would be a really fun crossover, but who knows.
Will the show still have the same magical element to it, or are we in store for something new, a little bit of a different feel?
Now that Bonnie is dead, she's not necessarily dead from the series, so we will see her, and we will continue to have a lot of magic, and that's not going away. Now you're just going to be introduced to a new world and a new perspective of the magic that has been a part of the series from the beginning.
I've heard from a lot of guys that they enjoy the show because the women characters don't cower in the face of danger. Can you comment on that, the idea of strong female characters that pretty much run the show?
I love being part of a series with really strong female characters, and I love that even if they don't always get along, and even if there's moments where they're snarky to each other, there's still a really rooted respect amongst the women in the series. I mean, even when Caroline and Rebecca were in scenes together, I mean, these were two characters that hated each other and were competitive with each other, and yet there was still like this fun little, at the root of it, they still respected each other in a weird way. So I really appreciate that. I appreciate that it's not just a series of women just talking behind each other's back. I mean, it's hard. I mean, just turning on the television, especially, you know, what's rooted in a lot of reality television is just women just hating on each other and calling each other names that how are we not supposed to be surprised when men call us these names? We're calling it to each other. And so I think there needs to be more television with women that are strong and do make mistakes, and it's okay. And even if they don't like each other, they respect each other. And I'm really proud to be a part of a series that embodies that.
And you guys, the girls especially, are friends on and off set, right?
Yeah, yes. I mean, right now it's Nina, Kat, and myself, and I mean, we started the series young, and it's been really beautiful to watch us all grow into ourselves next to each other and with each other. And so it's really wonderful to come to work with women that you can have fun with, you know, over dinner and on the weekends, but then you can have real conversations about work and your thoughts and challenge each other and challenge yourself, and I'm very proud to be able to say that.
What was your favorite part about shooting season 4?
My favorite part about shooting season 4, I really loved the nostalgia. There was a lot of beautiful nostalgic moments that, not just when you see it visually on screen, but even just filming them, you know, with the crew. The graduation episode, you know, it brought about everyone talking about when they graduated high school, and you know, and then even the prom episode, everyone started talking about their prom, and so it's really fun when that kind of stuff happens, because you're in a prom, you know, you're at a graduation, and there's caps and gowns, and so it makes it really fun throughout a really long day, and everyone gets to know each other even more.
What do you think draws so many people to this show?
It is definitely a diverse fan base. They're, you know, from just teenagers and tweens, and then kind of young college girls, and then my personal favorite is whenever it's kind of an older gentleman that is like, oh my gosh, you're on the show The Vampire Diaries. My wife watches it. I was like, well, that's funny, because you're picking me out of the crowd more than she is. So I think, yeah, it's got a huge, diverse fan base. I think it comes down to every single episode, you're on a roller coaster. I mean, that is the spirit of the show, that every episode something huge is going to happen, and you don't know how it's going to resolve itself, and whether it's a cliffhanger at the end or not, you're just kind of gripping your chair on a wild ride. And so it's not a slow-paced show. They keep it moving, and that and Ian takes his shirt off a lot, so I think those two things combined.
Have you ever had any weird or strange or really memorable fan experiences?
Most fan experiences are very respectful and, you know, very kind and just excited, and I'm a huge fan of television, so I'm just appreciative to be part of a series where people love it and are fans of, you know, just like I'm fans of other television series as well. It was, when we first started, it was just very odd. We just started in Atlanta. The show had only been on for a couple months, and I went to get a massage, and you know, met the girl very briefly. I was kind of already on the table, and then after the massage was done, I sat up and I was like, oh, thank you so much. You know, I'm traveling, like I feel so much better, and then she just kind of backed away, and she's like, oh my gosh. And then she started to cry, and she was like, I love that show, and which is great. But I was unclothed on a table, just in a blanket. And so having that conversation while naked on a massage table was interesting. But I was excited that she was happy to have watched the series. But that was probably my most unique encounter.
This fall, the blood will flow.
You might try to dial down your glee.
Thursday, October 3rd, the night that raised the stakes is back.
Make yourself right at home.
The season premiere of The Vampire Diaries, followed by the delicious new series, The Originals.
Quite an operation.
Don't miss a single bite.
That would be tragic.
The season premiere of The Vampire Diaries, followed by a special premiere event of The Originals, Thursday, October 3rd on the CW.